Hey guys, welcome back to Jessin Reads Romance. I'm Jessin. Today I have a book haul for you guys, and this is specifically going to be paperback book haul from eBay, from Amazon, from independent bookstores, because I do have a lot of ebooks that I hauled recently, but this video would be so long if I did that. So I'm going to separate these out. So this is just some of the books that I've recently hauled, and I haven't done it in a really long time. So it's just an accumulation of books. I didn't just buy this in the past 2 weeks. Not crazy. Not crazy. Anyway, so we have lots of books to get through. Let's get this party started. So the first book I have, I totally bought because of the cover. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Sometimes I buy books because I'm like, that is a gorgeous looking cover. Let's buy it before I know what it's about and if I know I'm gonna like it. I usually don't buy books from authors that I really haven't read before. Those instant buys that I know nothing about, especially since paperbacks, whenever you compare the cost of ebooks and paperbacks, it's less expensive to buy ebooks. Anyway, you guys know, I bought Fables and Other Lies by Claire Contreras, and I've only read one book by Claire Contreras, Half Truths, and I liked it, but it wasn't as compelling to me as I thought it was going to be, and so I didn't continue on with the series just because there's so many other books. But this cover is freaking gorgeous. I love it. Look how beautiful. I'm in love with these types of covers. They're going to be my new favorites this year. I just have a feeling. So anyway, I bought this book and I did read the synopsis. It's pretty vague, but I think it's just supposed to be a gothic romance if I read correctly. The hero's name's River Caliban. The Tempest by William Shakespeare. I have not read that since I was in high school, so can't really tell you too much about it. But apparently, this character is the heir to a fortune of curses. My fated sworn enemy. Enemies to Lovers Romance. We'll see. I haven't been vibing with Enemies to Lovers Romance recently, but I thought I'd give this book a try because I really love the cover. And apparently the heroine attends a haunted house party. And yeah, stuff goes awry. And I like how vague Claire Contreras' synopsis are because I don't love a lot of information. So I am going to read this. I am going to try this. And it sounds good. I want to like it. So then I have Touch of Darkness by Scarlett St. Clair and A Touch of Ruin. So this is the second book in the series. It's a Hades and Persephone retelling. And I'm reading this for Pharaoh Feb. It's actually, I'm going to pick this up pretty soon. And I'm really excited about it because Hades and Persephone, that myth is one of my favorites. I love Greek mythology and I love Lore Olympus. So if you're a fan of Lore Olympus, give me a shout out in the comments because I love Hades and Persephone. Those characters in Rachel's comics, top notch. So I believe that this is a urban fantasy because it does say that Persephone has moved to New Athens and she hopes to lead an unassuming life disguised as a mortal journalist. Hades, god of the dead, has built a gambling empire in the mortal world, and his favorite bets are rumored to be impossible. They have a chance encounter, and she has to enter into a contract with Hades. But it's very interesting because apparently Persephone is the goddess of spring, but flowers shrivel at her touch. So this is a different interpretation of it. I'm really excited to see what Scarlett St. Clair does with I love the duality of Persephone. I love that she's goddess of spring, but she's also the goddess of death. And she's supposed to be more hard ass than Hades is. So I'm just excited about it. And of course I'm not going to read the back to A Touch of Ruin because I don't want spoilers. But again, I really love these covers. It's just doing title centric to me with all this background images are just my thing. They're just my thing. Next, I received some very special paperback editions of Night Chaser by Amanda Boucher, and I also have Starbreaker. These covers are just gorgeous. I love them so much. And I like the US covers as well, but sometimes the UK covers do it for me. If you've watched my channel for a while, you know that I collect the Side Changeling UK cover editions because I really, really, really love them. And those are the editions that I own. So I really love these covers. They're so beautiful and I wanted to have them. And I have not read these before. I've not read them. I love Amanda Boucher's Kingmaker Chronicles series. Those are fantastic. But I have not read this because I think it's more sci-fi. And I just haven't picked it up yet. So Night Chaser is the first book and it is sci-fi, I do believe, because there's space and ships. Spaceships. So anyway, the heroine, Tess Bailey, she has a band of merry thieves and they're on the run, and there's the most powerful ruler in the universe wants them dead. And they run in to someone named Shade Ganavan dark and arrogant stranger with ambiguous motivations. So we don't know what he wants. Interesting. I like this. I really loved Amanda Boucher's Kingmaker Chronicles. And I really love the way that what she did with like the side characters. They were just as important as the main characters. And I'm so excited that she's actually returning to that world. But anyway, I've been meaning to read these. I just never got a chance to. And now that I have these beautiful copies, I'm just like, you need to get on this, Jessin. Then I got a couple of T.L. Swan's standalones. I didn't love Stanton Adore, which was her first book and her first series that she ever wrote, but Jen really recommended some of her more recent standalones, and the first one being The Italian. These books are really hefty, and he's so hot, so I was just like, yeah, I definitely want this book. Also, since I really liked One Hot Italian Summer, I liked being in Italy. I've gone to Italy before and I really loved it. I really enjoyed it. It was way too hot whenever I went though. I would never go again during the month that I went. But I kind of wanted to feel those vibes again. I kind of wanted to be transported since we can't travel. I like to live vicariously, travel vicariously through my books. So I got The Italian, and apparently this is a second chance romance. The heroine travels to Italy. She has a chance encounter with this guy. They're very flirty, whatever. And then 2 years later, she's back in Italy. She's on a date with another guy, and she spots the Italian that she met the first time, and he's jealous, but he's also, I believe that this is a mafia book, so really excited about that one. Hopefully I'll get to read that one soon, but I mean, I'm like, oh, I'll read these soon, and then I bring on like 25 books. Like, when do I have the time to read 25 books? And like soon. Then I got Our Way. Again, another gorgeous cover. I'm like a sucker for the hot men on covers. I will always buy them. I'm definitely a fan. But this is one of the ones I remember Jennifer telling me about T.L. Swan that she really loved because it was a very interesting storyline. So the hero and the heroine are actually best friends. They've been knowing each other for 10 years. And they're very, very close. But the hero, Nathan, is actually gay, or at least he's only ever dated men before. But during the course of this novel, they start to fall in love. He starts to fall in love with his best friend. So a change in their relationship, new territory for him, and yeah, it's interesting. I'm like, can't wait, because I just find this fascinating. Like a change in a relationship like this, going from best friends, really good friends, to all of a sudden you're having feelings for each other. I love that. I love friends to lovers romances. Love them. And now for a couple historical romances. I got this gorgeous copy of Bettina Cron's, what is it called? Love's Brazen Fire. I love the colors of this cover, and it's actually packaged in this little, I haven't taken it out of its little protective slip yet, but I wanted to show you guys this metallic sticker that's on top that I thought was really cool. Ooh, so pretty. I like want to put it back in its little protective slip. Okay, so here we are. Look how gorgeous this cover is. I love the color of her hair. It's so pretty, but look at this little metallic sticker. Look, it's them. It's them. Can you see it? Anyway, it says something. A Zebra Romance. Yeah, it says A Zebra Romance. It's very cool. I like the sticker. Anyway, I don't know why I'm so fascinated with the sticker. So this is a historical romance set in America, and I believe it's Pennsylvania if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Rapture, Pennsylvania. And apparently the heroine lives in this town of Rapture. Everyone like barters and stuff like that. That's how they trade. And there's this new officer in town, Major Garner Townsend. And he's here to enforce taxes on spirits and distillers. And it's kind of like enemies to lovers, and she thinks that she can basically tempt him with her body to get him to like lay off all the taxes. So interesting. I still haven't read that Barbarian Romance by Bettina Cron, but maybe I'll put it in my random historical romance selection. I did not pick one for February. I'm aware that I didn't do that, but I promise I'll do it next month. Then I got A Gentle Feuding by Joanna Lindsay. This is one of my favorite covers by hers. I just love the reds and the blues, like her dress. Everything about this is doing it for me. And also this is a Highland romance. They're Scottish, and I prefer Scottish Highland romances. I just really love them. I love Highland historical romances. So I thought that it would be nice to read something different, because I have read the third book in the Mallory Anderson book, A Gentle Rogue. And then also I plan on reading Love Only Once, which is the first book in that series, for the Historical Hellions book club this month. So anyway, I wanted something different and I really loved it. Also, I have to pop up this crazy book because, well, I'll hold this book up next to it so that you can see a comparison. So my friend Danny recently texted me and said, what the fuck is happening right here? And it's a picture of a dinosaur and this girl. So this book is called Wet Hot Allosaurus Summer by Lola Faust. What is happening? I mean, you guys can see. Let's do side-by-side comparison. So I was like, they totally stole Joanna Lindsay cover for this Dinosaur Romance. Right after my friend Danny shared this book with me, I saw in another Facebook group that somebody had also shared this book. One of the people in the comments was like, okay, I'm going to take one for the team. I'm going to read it. And then she proceeds to describe what happens in the book, and it is bonkers, wild, absolutely crazy. And I'm like, this is insane. It's insane. So anyway, I just have to bring that everyone's attention, because if I had to see this, you had to see this. Then I got 3 books by Beverly Jenkins. I am on a mission to collect her beautiful covers. I love how a lot of the heroes have this mustache. It just, I like the stash. It's funny. So I got Through the Storm, and this is the first book in her Levesque series, and this was the first. She wrote it in 97 or something. If you haven't watched, I recently read Rebel, which is the first book in the Women Who Dare series, but that has this hero's brother as the main character of Rebel. But this was written like years and years and years ago. So yeah, this was written in 98 and Rebel was written like in 2019. So very far apart. This tells the story of Raymond Levesque and Sable. And I got a chance to meet these characters already. They're already happily married in Rebel. And so I was like, I gotta go back, and I gotta go back to the beginning to read their love story. And this is just like so beautiful. Like, look. The reds, the purples, the golds, gorge, the stash. Come on, focus on the stash. There you go. You know you want to. Anyway, I'm excited about that. Then one of my personal favorites for cover love for Beverly Jenkins is Winds of the Storm. This is another Levesque brother. This is Archer Levesque and Zahara. I believe it's Zahara. Zahara Lafayette. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so I live like right outside of Lafayette, 15 minutes. A lot of people say Lafayette. We don't say Lafayette down here, even though it's probably more accurate. We say Lafayette. Zahara is a former spy, and I'm really intrigued by that. So I definitely want to get to this book because the heroine intrigues me a lot. And then I got Topaz, which I think is a standalone. Don't quote me on it because sometimes it's confusing looking at the series for Beverly Jenkins. Like I said, if you want to look at like the Levesque series, some of them are categorized as other books in other series. Anyway, so I think Topaz is a standalone romance. Does not happen in New Orleans like a lot of her books that I've read have happened in New Orleans, or a lot of books that I own happen in New Orleans. I think this one happens in, okay, so the heroine Kate Love is a young newspaper reporter, and yeah, it happens in Oklahoma. So this is very interesting. She suspects this very wealthy black man, and I think that is our hero, which I love that. I love it. Excited to read this. And let's see, a few more. My other Deborah Deers came in like a week after I showed Deceptions and Desires. Deceptions and Desires? Yeah, I think that's what it was called. So The Sorcerer's Lady, I actually put this on Pharaoh Feb. It was like a recent edition because this is historical fantasy. There's like some kind of like time travel elements to it that I'm excited to read about. So I didn't want to read too much into the synopsis, but I do know it says Victorian debutante Laura Sullivan couldn't believe her eyes. Aunt Sophie's ancient spell had conjured up the man of Laura's dreams and deposited a half-naked barbarian in the library of her Boston home. So what? I'm excited. Then we have Scoundrel, and apparently the heroine has claimed that she's engaged to like this fictitious man, and she has a name for him, but apparently this guy like shows up claiming to be that man. So again, very interested in reading. I haven't read Deborah Deer yet. I've been waiting for The Sorcerer's Lady. Then we have Shadow of the Storm, and this is a second chance romance, and I do believe that they sleep with each other, and then there's a misunderstanding, and then now she has a grudge against him. So this is their second chance romance. Again, something that I'm very interested in. And finally, I have Petals in the Storm by Mary Jo Putney. I got this copy, and it was a library. I got it off of Thrift Books, and it was a library copy, and it had so many stickers on it, and some came away a lot easier than the others. I used the blow dry trick, but like it had a lot of stickers on it. I've never seen a book with so many stickers, and I was like so upset. You can tell that some of the stickers were on there for a very long time. It was very hard to take it off. Anyway, so I love this. It has like a very like metallic sheen to it. Love. And then the beautiful step back. Ah, I love this step back. So amazing. Love how her dress is like open all the way down the back. It's just really pretty. And I'm pretty sure that I've read this already. I read Mary Jo Putney a long time ago. I discovered her during like a library sale whenever I was like 13 and Juliet took me there. And so yeah, I might have read this book, but I cannot remember. All right guys, that completes this book haul. I have some more book haul videos coming at you because I'm like, this is getting out of hand. I keep forgetting that I haven't showed you guys my book hauls for a while, and I have a lot that I have on my Kindle. So I'm excited to do the Kindle book haul. I'll let you know the Kindle Unlimited books that I currently have, the free books that I got, the books that are on sale. I definitely want to get that ebook video up pretty soon just in case some of the sales expire. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up, and if you're not already subscribed to my channel, make sure that you subscribe to get notified of any future videos that I do. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, life's better with little HEA. Bye guys!